A lot of work goes on behind the scenes to put together these great movies. Finally, the movie premiere is here. Joining us right now, superstar actress. How important is tonight in your career?
My goodness, I'm so super excited to be here. I'm super excited to have been part of this film, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as soon as it's out.
Absolutely. Congratulations on all the success ahead of now. Thank you so much for joining us. So much goes on behind the scenes, but more importantly, when you see the stars that make this movie happen, it's important they join us. Dabby joining us right now. The dress looks amazing. I hear the movie is even more fantastic. Dabby, good to see you.
Likewise.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Congratulations, first of all. But let's talk about the movie. How did this stretch you at all?
Oh my God, playing Linda Mason stretched me way beyond any type of explanation that I could give. But I could tell you for free that it stretched me physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, it took a lot from me and, a lot of my time. We had a lot of cardio on set. But at the end of the day, it was worth it.
Worth it indeed. And it's out. We're going to see it for the first time.
I left as soon as I could, babe.
It was worth it?
Baby, listen.
I bought you that dress to attend the governor's ball with me. And not waste it on some tacky red carpet event for some Tomb Raider wannabe movie.
Hi guys, you are welcome to another episode of RelufeTV Review, a show where we review the Nigerian art, music, movies, and of course everything entertainment in general. Like I always say before I forge ahead, please note everything I say here is all my opinion, all my personal bias. It's not based off on any standard or any measures. My name is AY with the double O, and let's get right into the movie that we have for today. The movie we are going to be reviewing today is titled Fame and Fury, and I'll say that it's a Bimbo Ademoye movie, and I'd say that she really dropped teasers, here and there, and of course for people to actually anticipate the movie. So it's one of our movies on YouTube because she has like a series of movies on YouTube, and all that. And Fame and Fury is I like to say a normal movie, but the story of Fame and Fury, it tells the story of Dab. Dab is she's an actress, not aspiring. She's a top actress in the industry, and Bimbo Ademoye played the role of Dab. She was dating Deolu, and Daniel Etimefong played the role of Deolu. But Daniel, on the other hand, was into oil and gas, and heir to an oil and gas industry that his father had left him, with his mom and all of that. He was from the wealthy background. Bimbo, on the other hand, was an actress who would do everything and anything. She was striving hard. I'll call her a hustler, even though she was big, in the industry, according to the movie, but she was still an hustler. She's working to make ends meet. Jill, on the other hand, is working as well, but of course, this is inheritance. So this is homemade money coming to meet just an average girl who wants to act, and he doesn't like what she's doing. And that's why, even down to the relationships that we have now, if you have a partner who is not supportive of what you do, I think it's just good to let them go, because anyone that's not supporting what you do, you definitely have clashes here and there. There's clash of interest, so why not just let them go? But this is something that she thought she could manage. And Deolu, on the other hand, is a rich guy, would buy anything she wants, will apologize with her car. In this Lagos day and time, who's going to apologize with the car and say no? So even if she was thinking of her, he was a good man to her. The only issue she had with Deolu was the fact that he wasn't supportive of her career. He just wanted her to do something more serious with her life, and felt like acting, on the other hand, was not. And I also like to see acting in acting. I like to have, acting scenes in, what you're watching a movie talking about acting, whereas they are also acting. It's always an interesting watch. Now, compared to the normal storyline that I would have wanted it to be, it would have been rich guy meets poor girl, or rich guy doesn't treat poor girl right, poor girl meets poor guy and they become rich. That would have been the normal storyline that he would have followed if it was the normal movies that, the normal typical English movies, Nollywood movies. Uzo Arukoe was introduced into the movie as an aspiring actor, mysteriously, by the way, just disappeared from nowhere and was in the movie, and, started to farms Dab. Oh, I want to be like you. I want to do this. I want to do that. They start to spend time together, start to act together. She falls in love. She leaves, or Deolu leaves her and says, okay, is that acting on me? And she's like, all right, enjoy yourself. I'm not leaving this. And, you know, she started to think that she and Uzo were going to be a thing. And that was where the plot twist happened, because I would have felt like Uzo was like the perfect, you know, match for her. But turns out, be careful what you wish for. Uzo, on the other hand, saw her as a stepping stone to fame and was also ready to milk her to the very, very end. Was ready to milk her. Somewhere along the movie, she found out his ex-wife, who was a customer, someone that she was a customer to his ex-wife. You know, she used to patronize her, and then she had seen him and said, who is this person? This person is your boyfriend. Like, this is my ex-husband who ripped me off so amount of money. And, you know, at that point, she left the guy, bounced back, faced acting, and I'll say it was a sad way to end. You know, I would have just thought that maybe she'll go back to Deolu, but I want to believe that there's going to be a sequel to that movie. That's the storyline for Fame and Fury. Nice, interesting movie. I'll just go straight to the rating criteria. For the plot, I like the plot twist. I'm not going to lie. I like that it's not the usual. Because when she left Deolu, I would have thought that meeting Uzo would now mean, you know, something entirely different for her. They will fall in love. But she met Uzo early in the movie, which was why I was anticipating something else to happen. If it was the part where she would have fallen in love with Uzo, she'll probably meet Uzo or fall in love with Uzo later into the movie. But they introduced us early, you know, to Uzo Arikwe's character, which I believe something was going to happen. And I saw that, you know, play out. Like, Uzo is not who she thinks he is, you know, at the end of the day. So I like the plot. I like the storyline. It's not particularly new, but I like the twist to it. So for the plot, I'll give it a good 6/10. For the attraction in the movie, I'm attracted to the fact that this is an acting scene in a movie. Is always interesting. I mean, it's always interesting to see. It's always interesting to watch. This is like double work. If you ask me, you have to act like you're acting while you are acting. That was the point of attraction for me in the movie. And I also like the twist to Uzo Arikwe's character. So for the attraction, I'll give it a good 6/10 as well. For the theme of this movie, I would say that different themes were explored. I'd say that for Fame in the movie, sometimes I feel like the stereotype of the rich being a certain type of way, and the poor are the humble ones, or when they are poor, they're just, because it's down or because it's low or because they are starting from scratch, doesn't make them the best option. And that was what this movie told us. As much as we're seeing Fury with Deolu, we're seeing Fire, you know, he was stern. You would almost even eat her. Like, he would go any length and still come back to apologize, you know, and all of that, which I think is just it's just a bad character and not just a stereotype with the rich. It could happen with the poor too. And Uzo brought that out. I mean, poor aspiring actor trying to be this, it was still badly behaved at the end of the day. So there are only two good people. There are only two set of people. Is that you are good or you are bad. There is no, the rich is bad, the poor is good, you know, and all of that. So for the theme, I'll say that they really explored the themes and it played out in the movie. So for the theme, I'll give it a 7/10. For the editing, the soundtrack, it's a normal movie. I'm not going to limit this to the fact that it's a YouTube movie. There are movies that are on so many apps, Netflix, Prime, and all of that are not even as worthy as this movie, I would say. Yeah, I can say that for a fact. I've seen some movies that are not even as worthy as this movie. So I'll say there might be a bias because I watched it on YouTube. Maybe if I'd watched it on Netflix or watched it on Prime or watched it on cinemas, maybe I would feel that, you know, extra thing. Now, I'm not saying that watching or seeing movies on YouTube, you know, that is bad, or the YouTube movies are low quality movies, not any of that. But I'll say that there's this energy that they give, you know, which is also what Fame and Fury did give. It was just on the average. Everything was basic, you know, basic soundtrack. The editing was just normal. The flow of the editing of the scenes, how they, you know, pace the scenes, how the scenes evolved into each scene, is something that I think I've seen before. I've seen so many times. Apart from the plot twist, I'll say that every other thing that happened in Fame and Fury is not particularly new. But for the editing, the cinematography, the soundtrack, I'll give it a good 5/10. For the it factor and the directing of the movie, I'd say that it failed to come out as a one-of-a-kind movie, not because there was no intentionality in the movie, but because it's not particularly new. It's not something that we haven't seen before. It's just like a story that exists, now asking actors that you've never seen play that role to come and do it. It's like bringing the new Nollywood to play the old Nollywood. That's what I saw in the movie. So for the it factor, I'll give it a 5 over 10, and the directing as well, I'll give it a 5. Overall, Fame and Fury gets a 6 over 10 from this end. It's good to go. If you want to watch a movie, you feel like you want to relax, you want to unwind and just see something, you know, you can go on YouTube and watch it if you feel like watching it. It's not a must watch, but it's good to go. It's an okay movie. I like the plot twist to it, whereas it's not a new theme, it's not a new story. Bimbo is topping the chart right now. She's one amazing, actor, and I would say that she's doing well for herself. With Fame and Fury, I would say it's not the best that I've seen her do. It's not even her best production. It's just, one of those movies, and I won't say I'm disappointed. She did it and she did it well. She could tell a better story, even with that storyline. It could have been better than what it was, but I think it's just there. But I think it's a good watch. If you want to watch it, you want to relax, you want to unwind, it's good to go. 6 over 10, that's what Fame and Fury gets from this end. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you have any movie whatsoever that you love for us to review, please drop it in the comment box. Until I come your way again next time on another episode of Relufe TV Review, my name is AY with the double O.